I feel like I make a video like this every couple of months, but I just so badly want to make my own custom apartments in The Sims that I keep just pretending to do it. But this time I've actually got a good reason to make this fake apartment building. I've been playing with the university pack in a Let's Play here on my YouTube channel, and I want my Sims to move out of a dorm, but into something sort of dorm-like, just maybe a little bit upgraded. So I thought I might try to make some new dorms, but maybe in more of an apartment style on campus. When I was in college, my campus obviously had your classic shared bedroom, shared bathroom, regular kind of dorms, but there was also some fancier, more expensive apartment style dorms, and they had like your own bedroom and a double bed and like a kitchen. And I realized the bar is like so low, but that's actually a really nice living setup when you're on a college campus, at least in America. In different countries, you guys often have like way better student living accommodations. We don't really have that here. Like I didn't even have a kitchen at all in my entire building when I lived on campus. So back to The Sims for a second. I've been living on the Foxbury campus in those dorms, like back here in these buildings, and I kind of want to move out here to this lot. I just don't want to live on this lot. Does that make sense? So I want to bulldoze this and try to make something new. I actually built something on this lot a few months ago, but I kind of want to try something different. So I've been looking up some reference photos, and I found this one of an apartment building. I kind of like the color scheme and the style on this. I don't think that ours will be this big. Obviously, it's only a 30 by 20 lot, so like we kind of have to keep it a little bit smaller. But I do think that those vibes are kind of what I'm going for. And obviously, with this being an apartment building, we aren't allowed to place a stove. Like, it won't work if I try and put a stove here. So we can't have a real kitchen, but we can have like kind of a pretend one. And I'm feeling generous, so I might put a couple single bedrooms in here for my Sims and then make all of the other roommates share bedrooms. Okay, so I think I'll have the entrance right here, sort of lining up with the sidewalk. And I don't know if I'm gonna give these Sims balconies or not. I really like the balconies in the picture, but I'm also not sure if that's something that I actually need. And it's probably gonna be just about 2 stories. Like, it's not gonna be a huge building. Unless we do make it 3 floors. Is that like way too big? I guess I do kind of like how it looks better from the outside like that. I have no clue what the back is gonna look like, so we're gonna have to come back to that part and just think about the front first. I didn't realize just how useful the paneling from the horse pack was gonna be, but I've been using it in almost all of my builds recently. Even on builds that aren't horse related, like this one, it just works so well. It's almost becoming one of those unexpected staples, kind of like these snowy escape windows are for me. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like these snowy escape windows as much as I do, but I end up using them everywhere. Eco Lifestyle has these really nice paneling pieces. I kind of want to try to use those on the outside. I like how that brings the wood over here to this other side, and then it also gives like something else to look at. The lighting on this lot is so bad. It looks bad from like every single angle. Okay, I was thinking I might try to use some of the university stuff, but I don't like them. There's something about both of these doors that I really cannot bring myself to enjoy. They are good for certain things. I can't like them in this context. We are getting somewhere with the front. I need to think about the back now for a second. Part of me feels like I should try to mimic the front a little bit. Or maybe, what if there was like a part that was flat? I think the reference photo had a chimney as well, which might actually be good for us because I want to have like something else. No, maybe I'll try and mimic the front a little bit, even if it's only small bits. I'm not really sure what this is gonna do for the interior, but we will figure that out. There's also like no outdoor space on this lot because it's so small, which might be okay. We don't like need to have a lot of outdoor space. I would like to have some sort of patio, and I think that size is okay. It doesn't need to be huge. It just needs to be enough space for like some tables. I wonder if I could put a pathway around the back. I don't know. Maybe I'll make this further back on the lot. Okay, that at least fills in more of the lot, and it also gives us a clear place to landscape. You know what? Maybe we could have an overhang on this side. You know what? That actually is really nice. Plus, it gives us a spot to have some more shade, so we could have like tables underneath there. And it fills in more of the lot, so it isn't all just empty. I think that the drawing has an actual roof, and what I mean by that is like not just a flat platform roof. I don't really know if that's good or bad for us. I do think I like the idea of there being a little bit more shape to it, but no, maybe the middle part can be flat. Like we could put a platform in this section. I don't really build stuff like this, so I'm kind of out of my own comfort zone here a little. Okay, this came together way better than I thought it was going to. I figured I was gonna struggle a lot more with this, so I'm kind of excited about how the exterior is going. And now that I figured out the back and the windows, we can start thinking about the inside. So I'm figuring that this downstairs main floor is gonna be mostly communal space. And then upstairs, I wanna have at least 2, but maybe 3 bedrooms per floor. My dream is to have all of this be open to the downstairs, but I don't really know where to put the staircase if I'm gonna do it like that. Can't intersect with walls. What walls? What walls? I think it needs to have a floor underneath it, right? Yeah, like that. Hold on. Maybe I could try and have this be its own little room. Something like that, because then I could put this here and delete it individually. Okay, there we go. That is what I want. That is more like it. And then we can do the same thing upstairs to get all the way up. Oh, this is gonna be very strange. I don't think I really thought this through. Maybe there should be a wall there. Should there be a wall there? I guess there could be, because we could have a bathroom. So your Sims could like come here, or wait. That could be a bedroom. That could be a bedroom. And then there could be a bathroom here, just like 1 per floor. I should be able to copy that almost exactly upstairs, right? So the smaller bedroom is smaller, but it has a balcony. And if we wanted to, I could probably have both bedrooms access to the balcony, to be honest. Okay, it's weird, but we're getting somewhere. Oh no. Oh wait, I'm not very smart. I didn't think this through. There's just 1 staircase up here, obviously. So the floor plan's gonna have to be different on this top floor. Maybe these 2 bedrooms could have an ensuite bathroom that they share between the 2 of them. This bedroom's a lot bigger, but that's okay. That could be mine or something. Or I guess these could be shared bedrooms. I think what I want to do, oh, this bedroom is very big, isn't it? Let me steal from it. I'm gonna make it smaller. This would be a good bedroom to have be split between 2 Sims, but that's gonna annoy me. Like for me personally, in an ideal world, I wanna have a small bedroom and I wanna have my 2 Sims have bedrooms on the same floor. I can make the hallway just bigger. Let's just make the hallway bigger. What's the harm in that? Okay, so in total, we've got 4 bedrooms. What a weird shaped hallway. Oh my God. Okay, well, we've got 2 here, 2 here. And then downstairs, I haven't really thought about the rest of it yet. We could probably get 1 extra bedroom downstairs. Right now, I'm kind of trying to figure out how I'm gonna split up this floor plan because it's all very open, which is not a bad thing, but it does cause some difficulty when I'm trying to furnish the house. Specifically, I'm having trouble figuring out where to put the kitchen. At first, I thought I would put it back here just because the windows made the most sense for that. But also, realistically, there is no reason for the kitchen to be this big because we can't put anything in it. It would probably make more sense to have the counters just on this back wall, to be honest. And then we could do a table in here. I've learned through playing a lot of University recently that I actually do not like most of the University stuff. Like the furniture is not really my favorite. Ooh, we can fit a ping pong table. That's kind of fun. This place is kind of turning out a little bit fancier than I originally thought it was going to be. I kind of thought that I was gonna make like a decent but not the best sort of university housing, but it's actually becoming really fancy. In this downstairs bathroom, I put a toilet stall and a couple of sinks just because I'm kind of trying to think of this downstairs area as more public space. But then upstairs, these 2 bathrooms are gonna belong to the students who live here. And in those fancy dorms that I was talking about, a lot of times the bedrooms were set up kind of like this, where 2 rooms would share a bathroom and they would have 2 sinks. So like each student would have a sink to themselves. I never actually lived in one of these, but I did have friends who did. And obviously having like the extra counter space and your own sink is huge, especially compared to some people's dorm situations where they're like sharing a bathroom with the entire floor of a building. Now this bathroom I'm picturing is going to belong to my Sims from my Let's Play because I'm gonna have them have each of these 2 bedrooms. So I think I'm gonna go all out with the decorations and the clutter and stuff in here. I am aware that by putting this clutter here, they can't actually use the second sink, but that's fine. They only really need to have 1 sink. I also don't know how realistic it would be to have like fancy towers of storage in this college bathroom, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I am unfortunately planning on having this bathroom be shared by 4 people. I kind of forgot about that part, but I was gonna put 2 beds in each of these rooms. I mean, my bathroom when I was in college was shared by 5 people, and it was like this. It was probably smaller than this, to be honest. So they'll be fine. They can handle it. Oh, this bedroom is terrible. I'm so glad I'm giving my Sims their own rooms. The only reason I'm making shared rooms for the other 2 is just because I want gameplay-wise to have roommates, and ideally I'd like to have a lot of roommates, so this way I can still have 4. Candles were like the one absolute no way you could not have candles in my dorm in college. They were weird about fairy lights too, and a handful of other little things like that you just definitely could not have. I'm trying to balance how much decor to add because I don't want to put too much, but I like this little room. I'll try and do something similar in this other bedroom next door. Oh, this is a really weird shaped room. I don't really know where to put the beds. Should their beds just be next to each other? This is a pretty common layout in real life dorms. It just still kind of sucks. I wish I could give them their own space a bit more. This is the superior room in every way. They've got space for 2 closets. They have the balcony. I don't really know what to put in all these random hallway spaces because there's so much open area in the house. I'm gonna just ignore that for now and then start furnishing my Sims bedrooms. So I have 2 students that I'm playing with in my university Let's Play. One of them is studying robotics and the other one is studying literature. Part of me kind of wants to use the same bed for both of them, just in different color schemes, because I think it's kind of realistic to have the same bed but different sheets in a building like this, but I don't like enough of the swatches for that. Ooh, you know what? This is kind of fun. Maybe my programmer Sim can have that one. We can give April this room, and then the writer Dory can have this room. These bedrooms are like way too big. There is no reason for them to be as big as they are. Okay, I like that better. This feels more doable for me. Oh, I almost forgot to put a door back in here. I was wondering why this wall was so empty. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm still gonna use a lot of the university furniture, but we'll just decorate around the default stuff. So Dory is in fact named after the fish. So I might put a fish bowl in here. I don't know, there's space for it in this shelf. Don't keep your fish in bowls, by the way. Get like appropriate tanks for your fish. But this is The Sims, so I can do whatever I want. I just got done saying that fairy lights are illegal in college dorms, but that's okay. I love decorating stuff for college dorms. Okay, so I've kind of laid out the whole space now. We have our bed area. I've got a lot of books happening in here. I kind of want to get a lava lamp. I sort of like the idea of that. It makes the lighting kind of fun. So in my dorm room in college, all of the walls were cinder block, but painted white. So it was kind of like this, but with white paint over it. So I'm probably just gonna paint all the walls white in here as well. I feel like that's pretty realistic anyway. They'd probably want it all white so they can paint over it when you move out if you've messed something up. And if we're being realistic here, there is absolutely no way that anyone is painting the walls themselves of their dorm room. Like maybe in a rental you could paint over it again or something, but in a dorm room, it's not happening. I think that Dory's room is done though. She's got a laptop so she can write, she has books everywhere, and there's room for me to bring some things from my old dorm. And then in April's room, this is the Sim who's into robotics. I would love to get an actual robotics station here so I can stop having to go to the student union to use it. It takes up a lot of space and it's kind of ugly. I also can't change the color of it or anything. I have no idea how to lay out this room. This is such a strange space when you're trying to fit the robotics thing in. Well, I mean, that's got everything we need. I've gone in a sort of different direction than before with this one, but I kind of like it. I love these cute little starlights. I want to use this color mini fridge, but it's the wrong university. That's Brightchester. We're in Foxbury. I like the idea of a mini fridge though, mostly just because this is gonna make my Sims' lives easier. Because if I want to eat, I don't have to go all the way downstairs. Okay, I think I'm done with April's space now, and I'm really liking both of these rooms. I think I might add them a little bit once I actually move in, but for now, we have to go back and finish literally everything else. I think starting with some landscaping, because this place is looking very, very plain. I'm gonna try try and copy some of the landscaping that's nearby. Like they have a lot of these big trees. There's not a lot of flowers or bushes happening like anywhere. Maybe we just line it with bushes like that. I don't think I want to do a lot of flowers. I think I prefer to just do bushes. And they do have some of these low-lying ones kind of around the place. You know, I didn't put windows on the side of this building at all, so maybe I should go in and do that. I don't like it though. Can I just do a couple? That looks really ugly from the inside, so maybe not. I'm also lining the path with these little lights. Outdoor lighting is one of those things that I am just really, really bad about in this game. I don't really think about it enough. Okay, out here, I kind of want to decorate it as if there's a party going on. So I made this little outdoor movie setup. I put some folding chairs for the students to use. I don't really know what else to put. Like, should I just do picnic tables or something? I find this sort of thing really difficult. I'm not sure how much is too much in the back. Okay, I think for the most part, the outside can be finished. I need to come back and do the balconies still, but I also need to come back and do everything on the inside still, so I'm gonna start there. So obviously we can't have a stove. So instead I'm gonna give us a fridge and a microwave, and I wanna have open counter space so that we could cook like salad and things, stuff that doesn't require a stove. I'm also gonna decorate the dining table as though maybe someone has been sitting there studying. I don't wanna put too much. I think honestly that could be the whole kitchen dining space finished. And then over here in the living room, I don't know about color scheme yet. I just know I want to have a lot of seating. I also really would like to have a TV because it's so useful to get your fun up. I'd even use like one of the really expensive TVs because it's got like Fun 10. Yeah, like I said, haven't really put much thought into what this room's gonna look like style-wise. Ew. I don't know what couch to use. To be honest, I actually feel like this base game gray one is perfect for this. It's not gonna be a fancy couch. It's probably cheap. It's probably like pleather texture because that way it's easy to clean and like wipe down. Maybe I could use a poster for each of the Foxbury school events. There's the Bot Savants, the Spirit Squad, and the Brainiacs team. I've decided I actually don't like these posters. I don't really know what to put on the walls. I like this sized up graduation thing because it kind of has the blue and red vibes that I'm going for. Do you think I should use a trash chute? It's not actually a very large building, but I don't know. It might be kind of useful just to have one. It's like magic in The Sims. We don't need to have them lined up or anything. You can just put them there and they'll work. Okay, I think I'm gonna say the downstairs is finished. We now need to go upstairs and furnish all of the hallways everywhere. I don't want to put too much stuff in these random hallways because again, they're just hallways. How about this bench thing? That seems like a good way to fill up space in these open areas, or at least in this singular open area. That's like so ugly, right? Because it doesn't match. Maybe I shouldn't do that. No, I don't think I like this rug. I don't think it matches. I have to keep reminding myself that I don't have to fill the hallway. Like it can be kind of open because it's just a hallway. I put a chess table and some chairs, and now I want to think about each of these balconies. I'm trying to decide if in this imaginary world that I'm creating, the building owns the balcony furniture. So sort of like how we have all this random university stuff, it's like the same nightstands everywhere, or do the students own it? And I think I'm gonna have it be the buildings. So what I mean by that is I think for the most part, it's gonna be like the same everywhere. This is a pretend universe where the building owns the furniture, but it's still my balcony. So I'm gonna like add a couple little things, like some pretty lights and extra stuff to my Sims area. I don't want to do too much, just a little bit, just enough. And I think that the whole place might be finished. So obviously we have this kind of like fake apartment building vibe going on. Oops, Windows glitched. You walk in the front door through here. You can also go around to the back where we have like some party stuff set up. There's like tables and a mini TV and things like that. Inside, you walk through this front door. We kind of have like a little entryway. Over on the side, I made this stair area have some bookshelves and also a couple computers just so that there's extra in the building. Sometimes I leave my laptop places when I play university, so I wanted to have extra. There's also a downstairs bathroom that everybody can use. Then we have a ping pong table and just kind of like some board game storage. I wanted this downstairs area to be a very communal space for them. In my dreams, they play board games together, when in reality, these are just clutter items and you can't actually use them. We've got a TV and kind of like a coffee table set up. In here, we have a kitchen, dining area. There's some extra tables outside. Obviously not a full kitchen because it's university. Upstairs on the second floor is where I'm gonna have my Sims live. So we have just kind of a plain hallway. I didn't put that much because I don't really care about it. We've got my first Sims bedroom. She's a writer. And then her roommate who's into robotics has this bedroom. And then they have this bathroom that I want them to share. I ended up having space for a second bathroom up here, but I'm kind of just gonna leave this one for the roommates. I'm pretending that they use this bathroom together. And then upstairs again is where the roommates live. This is like for game function. So there's 4 beds because that means I can have 4 randomly assigned townie roommates. I actually quite like the bedrooms. I didn't decorate them as much as my bedrooms because I kind of wanted to leave the game to run a little bit better by, you know, not over cluttering things, but they have that space and we have a chess table up here, but that is the whole building. I'm gonna stick this on the gallery. Oh, I didn't save first. I'm serious. I've been recording this for hours. If the game crashes while I'm uploading this, I might cry. I might actually quit The Sims, and I'm really not exaggerating. Okay, it uploaded. I've been burned one too many times the past couple weeks. All right. Well, there you go. I finished the build. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you want to watch my university Let's Play and actually play with these Sims with me, I'm going to link the playlist down below. I'll post another episode tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And I'll catch you all in a little bit. Okay? Bye, everybody. I have built a ridiculous number of university things in the past couple months, but I mean, I'm doing a university Let's Play, so it's justified, but I know, I've built so much for this world.